Get involved now. Be on the right side of history. Be on the side of good. Wear the white hat. This is your chance to be involved in human history.
You get in my face with that, I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch. You piece of shit. You fucking goddamn fucker.
I have no idea where it's
Oh, there's another one. Another plane just hit.
I have no idea where it's
Oh, there's another one. Another plane just hit.
behind bars here in New York City. He is facing sex trafficking charges. NBC News.
Have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. When we are successful, and we will be, and we will be.
Decide what side is live again. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everybody that's been supporting us along the way. And let's get to it. So, we're back on YouTube for this episode. Who knows if this is going to be a regular thing? I don't know. We did have a YouTube presence there for a while, and then I guess we had so many strikes that we could never catch a break and go back to streaming there because they always kept saying, "Oh, medical disinformation from this video 5 months ago." Okay, whatever. So finally today we were able to stream, and that was even with me taking like a 2-month break. So you know what I'm saying. Anyways, yes, let's get to it because I gotta go do something here get to this place that closes at 11. So not a lot of time. Anyways, Canadian truckers standing up against the system. God bless the Canadian truckers. I wish America had something like that going on. I'm not saying we don't, but very admirable from the Canadians who, I mean, I'm just gonna say it. We thought they had no balls, but I guess they proved us wrong. Why is this a big deal? Well, the thing is that what's this dude's name? Trudeau, the asshole, Trudeau the demon, Trudeau the blackface. If I had an assistant, I'd say, "Hey, let's get a picture of Trudeau in blackface here," but I gotta do everything, so we're not gonna get one. But look it up, Trudeau in blackface. And we have pictures of this dude in blackface across 3 decades. When he was like a teen, when he was in college in his 20s, and then in his 30s. So this is like a constant thing for him. And he actually came out and said people that refuse to be vaccinated are the racists. So, you know, I mean, dang, imagine that. Okay, so the problem is that Trudeau wants to make it so that if you are a trucker and you come back, let's say you go to the U.S. to drop off some maple syrup, when you come back across the border, you need to be vaccinated or you have to be quarantined for 14 days. 14 days? I mean, that's retarded. So at least 16% of drivers that make frequent trips across Canada, US, because with this new mandate, this retard's trying to put in, 16% of your truck drivers are out of the game. And as I think if you've been paying attention, you should already know about the supply chain issues. So goods are not being moved. We're already having trouble as is, moving things around with the whole COVID crap and nobody wants to work anymore. Now, just imagine taking out about 26,000 truck drivers. I mean, it's not just going to affect Canada. It's going to affect the U.S. too. So there you have Trudeau forcing people to inject this untested Pfizer concoction. Very bad situation. And then you had this whole thing where they raised like I don't know, millions of dollars for the GoFundMe, and then GoFundMe didn't want to give the money. They said it wasn't political, but I mean, seriously, you believe that shit? Sorry, people. I'm trying not to cuss, but I also need to keep it real because we are living in the most incredible time ever, and a lot of people don't realize just how fragile, tense the situation is right now. America has never been this divided. People have never been this dumb. That's a very bad combination. You know, it's like George Carlin said, think about how dumb the average person is, and then realize half of them are dumber than that. So just imagine, I mean, the public school system in America is one of the best in the world, is one of the best in the sense that it accomplished what it set out to do, which wasn't to pump out smart people. It was to make everybody a moron. So in that, it was very successful. I'm getting sidetracked because I'm very hungry. But anyways, taking out these truckers is basically, if you wanted to make things bad on purpose, if you wanted to collapse the economy on purpose, if you wanted to push us closer to third world status, this is the way you do it. I don't need to tell y'all Trudeau is an evil bastard. This dude is 100% globalist material here. In fact, go look it up. They say that this dude actually is Fidel Castro's son. Trudeau is Fidel Castro's son. They look alike, and then his dad was a big fan of like communist regimes and shit. He said he admired Mao and all this stuff. And then his mom was a slut. We know that shit. That's the word on the street. She liked to sleep around, and apparently it was like everybody knew about it. And then, I guess she visited Cuba, and Fidel put his cigar where he shouldn't have. All right. Everybody, let me remind everybody to subscribe to the Side with Side on Rumble. Actually, no. I got locked out of the Rumble account, and I had to make a new one. So that's yet to come, but it will be here. The Side with Side. Back on Rumble, back on YouTube. See, 2022, we're launching things here. Anyways, let me get to the situation right now. We are already having the worst food shortages across the U.S. Even in what's it called? Washington, D.C., they had that supermarket where they were telling people, hey, I know there's not a lot of stuff here, but don't hoard anything. Don't overbuy. We're really reaching that level. Isn't that crazy? America running out of food. And it's not because I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, just in time, check out this headline here. Here's why grocery stores are struggling to stock their empty shelves. This is all by design. This is all by design. Oh, shout out to the homie Be Rational Intuitive Man. Everybody keep up the comments. I want to get some more comments on the screen here. You can read it for yourself there. We live in an irrational, anti-American, suicidal, terrorist, communist country. That's what I'm saying. We literally live in... So the communists have been running things for a while. It's just that it was a soft control, and now they're moving into hard control. And I don't know, man. The food is already unavailable at many places around the country. I remember in Thanksgiving, some places in Ohio, Tennessee were saying there's only one turkey in the whole freaking supermarket, and it's frozen. So it's so stupid, going after the truckers here. And then he called them, he said they're a small fringe minority, 500, I believe it was 50,000 trucks showed up in this convoy. It stretched for miles and miles. And that's the power of the people. And this has gotten the news, or this has gotten the attention of different places around the world. I think in Brazil, Italy, they were showing solidarity. The U.S. obviously, people were showing solidarity over here, and there's just no going back if we let them get away with this. I'm not saying this specific thing, but there is no going back. Once you start shutting down the food chain or the supply chain, and things are very fragile. We have a big complex system, but if you mess with something, it's like a domino effect. That's where we're at now. One of my recommendations is to stock up on coffee. Even if you don't drink it, that's a pretty good thing to sell and bargain. From what I've read, in all these countries where they have like wars, civil wars, or revolution, like Vietnam, Yugoslavia, Bosnia, coffee ran out first, and that was one of those things that sold for a lot. So, and people need their caffeine, man. A lot of people out there are addicted to caffeine, but it doesn't get a bad rep because you can buy it, at any corner. You can consume it in the day. It's thought to be good for productivity, But anyways, that's the world we live in. Yeah, Trudeau is an asshole. And I'm not even saying he's the one. He's not the real enemy at the end of the day. He is an enemy, but this dude is just a puppet. I mean, I heard this dude just smokes weed all day. I'm not saying he's a bad person because he smokes weed. I'm saying these people just follow orders. These people just follow orders. They're put there because they're blackmailed, and they will follow orders. You can tell them, hey, we're gonna have this treaty that we're gonna sign where we're gonna send all these jobs over to China or whatever. He doesn't give a shit. He'll sign that. That's where we're at now. We have been being sold out openly for decades, but it's another thing when you go to the grocery store and then there's no more milk. And this is the plan. That's the thing. This is the plan. This is what's supposed to be happening. I mean, Biden goes up there and everything they say is like pure lies, pure propaganda. It's like the biggest bullshit you've ever heard. I mean, the other week he said he overperformed expectations. And then he also said he was having really bad jobs reports. Like I think in December they expected 400,000 jobs to be added. This dude only got 200,000. So, do the math. And he said, what did he say? He said, what was it that he said? Or they put out like this. They put out like this social media picture thingy where he pretty much said he was the most productive president in the history of America. Like he gave himself credit for adding the most jobs ever. And it's just not true. Nothing is true. But we've gotten to the point where people are so brainwashed and locked into the mainstream media narrative that they can't They can't see the prison they're in. It's really hard to snap people out, man. I mean, it sucks. It hurts, man. I mean, we all know we all got family. I'm not saying any of you find people watching here, but we all got family, who think that vaccines are good, and went out there and got the boosters and told everybody else to get the boosters, and they think they're being a superhero because they did what the TV told them to do. They think they're the smart ones because they just followed whatever the TV said without questioning. But they're the intelligent ones. That's what I'm talking about. Get prepared, people. Matches, water, booze, and weed. Listen, if you want to be not cruising, I don't think anybody's gonna be cruising, but if you want to have a better time than most people, stock up on some shit that you can sell, because we're literally gonna get down to that. I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna be tomorrow, but you see how violence is increasing worldwide. Very soon, you're gonna see all these wars breaking out. You're already seeing the weather start to go crazy. The weather is gonna get really, really extreme. You can argue whether it's God, geoengineering, I don't know, weather warfare from China, but it's going to get really extreme. You're going to see a lot of floods, droughts, and storms. We're talking about whole new category of storms. They're going to have to come up with like a F7, F6, because this this tornado just goes past the scale. And, that's going to affect the agricultural output. So you get less food, people earning less money, dollar devaluating. It's the perfect recipe for civil unrest, for social unrest, war, civil war. Man, they're just setting us up. Maybe I'm not being very coherent because I'm very hungry. And yeah, but I mean, they're crunching down on us, man. They're crunching down on us. Everybody needs to get prepared. Everybody needs to get ready. If you care about your kids, if you care about yourself and your family, get prepared. The only people that are not getting prepared are like the dumb people that are brainwashed. The dumb people that are brainwashed and that literally think Biden, the people that celebrated Biden over Trump getting in, and I'm not saying Trump was going to fix everything. They were still going to crash the economy with or without him. But, the people that cheerleaded Biden and thought, oh, man, finally, those are the only people that are not getting ready. So I guess what I'm trying to say is take your own life seriously. Take your own life seriously, because a lot of people also, I mean, just think about it. How often do we have a war in America? Big crisis. We had the Great Depression in the 30s. There was World War II in the 40s. Civil War was 80 years before that. The Revolution from England was 80 years before that. The point is, crises happen. And this is going back not just to the Revolutionary War, but this is going back 500, 600 years way across English history. There's always crises that happen at specific intervals because after 4 generations, when people see a war and they see how bloody and ugly and unfair and horrible and disgusting it is, people get raped, kids die, no food. When people see that, that really traumatizes people, and people resolve to never have war again. So people learn their lesson, and usually it takes about 4 generations, they have found, for people to kind of forget about the crises and um feel like pumped up for a new war. So that's basically where we're at now. That's where you're seeing these Democrats trying to go after all the conservative people. They're literally calling everybody that doesn't agree with the Democrat transgender communism agenda. You are literally being called a domestic terrorist. They're calling the opposition terrorists. This is what happens in every look at every communist revolution. We're literally going along the same path, and this only ends in concentration camps and death squads. So decide what side you're on. Study history while you have time, and get ready, because the dollar is going down. I think it's very obvious to see. You already see the food selection starting to decrease at the store. And I told a lot of y'all months ago, and you didn't listen, and now you see when shit goes down, don't ask me for help. I'm saying that right now. When shit gets real, I mean, if your car breaks down, you need some money for a new tire or some shit, I got your back. But when we're talking about the end of society as we know it, and the whole breakdown of law and order, it becomes every man for himself at that point. Obviously, I'm gonna take care of me and my family, but I'm saying, I told people, and I'm not talking about Intuitive Man. I'm talking about somebody else. Other people, they're not watching this, they're blue pilled, but the point is, you got to get ready, because the plan is to crash the economy. They write books about it. I mean, the World Economic Forum says you will not own anything. You will rent everything. You will have a social credit score. You will have no privacy. Everything will be monitored and controlled. You're not going to eat beef. You're going to eat soy protein and cockroach burgers. So open your eyes. I would say step number one, I guess would be reach out to God and ask for guidance, because you're not gonna figure things out on your own, and it is a very tricky journey. There's a lot to learn, but you need to start taking things seriously now. Anyways, I'm gonna head out here because I gotta get to this place before it closes at 11. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is Blessings777 Side on Twitter, and take it easy, man.